Drop it.
This monstrosity is the theatrical poster for Vanilla Ice's 1991 promotional vehicle, Cool as Ice. And it has just one life lesson to impart. When a girl has a heart of stone, there's only one way to melt it. Just add ice. It's the sort of dumb tagline that stands without further thought. Ice will never melt stone, but for the sake of this poster, it's a fact that's been glazed over, lost in dumb spectacle. Oddly enough, it's kind of representative of the film as a whole. As long as you don't think too hard about it, Cool as Ice is easy to discount as just another product of the early 90s, a vomit-coloured, shell-toed icon of America's collective generational teething. It's an artifact of the post-Hall & Oates pre-Nirvana days. So bad it's good is a phrase often wheeled out for films like this. The kind of umbrella term that confers ironic distance and comedic status to even the most sincere of productions. It should be familiar to anyone who's enjoyed Ed Wood's Plan 9 from Outer Space, or Tommy Wiseau's unintelligible The Room.
It's bullshit, I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi Mark.
People enjoyed this, Cool as Ice's viewer might scoff, pointing a relatively space-aged finger at their screen, at Robert Van Winkle, the self-serious bad boy Vanilla Ice. The blurb describes him as the famed leader of a tough motorcycle gang. We know that's not true. With a bright yellow toy bike and the pattern of a brick wall shaved into the side of his head, Van Winkle struts across the screen like a neon dove, blissfully unaware of the modern viewer's ironic appreciation of his film, if not his entire life's work. Distinct from the emotional outpourings of other pop-tinged dramas like Prince's Purple Rain, Vanilla Ice's film wastes no time when it comes to massaging its star's ego. There are no stories of abuse or neglect here, no rags to riches biopic elements, only an already famous Vanilla Ice living the good life. This is a 90-minute long piece of brand awareness, no different to a branded toothbrush or lunchbox, an object that was intended to be consumed and yet never appreciated.
Words of wisdom. Drop that zero and get with the hero.
From minute one, when Vanilla's skittle-coloured posse woos the film's love interest by knocking her off a horse, it's clear that there'll be no character development taking place. Ice is the textbook Mary Sue, proficient at dancing, rapping, beating up dudes in gas stations, and solving crimes. He rides into the small town, he blows the minds of the footloose-esque old guard, then he rides away again, not before a final close-up and dance number. Viewed in earnest, he's an infuriatingly egotistical creation, even by the standards of vanity films.
Who's Sir D? My homeboy. Yeah. Well, homeboy this.
Cool as Ice should be irredeemable. Vanilla Ice is completely unlikable, and that's when don't even take into account the overwhelming 90s-ness of the whole thing. Yet, in spite of all of its flaws, Cool as Ice is hugely entertaining, thanks to the foundation of 90s ephemera on which Ice's ego was built. With enough ironic distance, the film's annoyances have now become its biggest draw. It's a masterpiece of self-parody, providing a view of early 90s brand marketing and advertising from within the belly of the beast, perfectly pitched to the typically sarcastic millennial viewer. It's also surprisingly functional as a film. I think it's worth mentioning that before shooting Cool as Ice, director David Kellogg had worked regularly for Playboy, helming the annual Playboy Video Playmate calendar for 4 years running. Aptly, there is something mildly pornographic about Cool as Ice. It revels in long, lingering close-ups, albeit with a staccato approach to non-action scenes, weaving between MTV-style quick cuts and long, bare-all shots of dance routines on bike rides. Kellogg's background in softcore calendar shoots leaves the film feeling airy and surreal, as if ready to break into a commercial announcement at any second. There's very little filmic about Cool as Ice, and as a result it possesses an arresting visual style, boasting the instant gratification aesthetic of a music video, but at feature length. It's a novel backdrop to a film that should ostensibly look a lot worse, and one that works to distinguish Cool as Ice from most other good bad films. After all, as easy as it may be to laugh at Ice when he informs us that he's going to go across the road and schling a schlong.
Yo, I'm out of here.
Where you going?
Across the street to, Slinger schlong.
Cool as Ice has slightly more working in its favour. The main appeal of films like these usually rests in the viewer's longing to believe that they represent a genuine place in time, more often than not an embarrassing footnote in our cultural development, like leafing through family photos and discovering a snap of your po-faced uncle wearing flares and platform shoes. When it comes to So Bad It's Good films, the veil of sincerity is everything. The belief that people took them seriously is core to their appeal.
My husband is having an affair with your wife. I don't think we should talk about it. Unless you're prepared to kill them.
Oh, man. Oh, God. Oh, man. Oh, God. Oh, man. Oh, God. Oh, man. Oh, God.
Cool as Ice seems to be an exception to this rule. Consider that Cool as Ice sprung a leak at the box office, losing in excess of $5 million, and it soon becomes apparent that nobody even wanted it at the time. Cool as Ice is an interesting exercise in cultural nostalgia. It provides a summary of an era easily traceable by its design, and yet one which even the era itself refused to accept. This is a great film, not because it reinforces our conceptions of an era, but because it tears them down. Through its many hilarious failures, it gives us a small glimpse into the workings of the American hype machine. Every 90s stereotype, every stilted line, and every tired dance break is a reminder that our shared idea of the 90s is no more genuine than Ice's acting.
What?
As much as I didn't expect to find myself saying this, Vanilla Ice's Cool as Ice succeeds on multiple levels. On the surface, it's the willing self-assassination of both an era and its people, an artifact of its time that's easy to approach with ironic distance and laugh at. Yet it's also a perfect chance to laugh along with the people of the 90s, at the rich white man, not just Van Winkle, but the people responsible for his brief success and the film itself. Someone, somewhere, financed this film. Someone, driven by cold hard statistics, allowed Robert Van Winkle to paste the words "sex me up" onto his jacket, and they probably regret it to this day. If our enjoyment of most bad good films usually rests on a mean-spirited admonishment of budding young actors, other cultures, or the sincere artistic outpourings of unknown directors, then Cool as Ice instead allows us to laugh at more deserving targets, the grossly successful and the crassly commercial. There's no grand artistic vision to joke about here, as is the case with the So Bad It's Good classic Showgirls. Just a group of rich white men looking to turn a profit and failing spectacularly. In the end, I think that's the funniest joke of all.
Oh, y'all think this is funny?